Good evening, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching, it is appreciated as always. Labour are not Patriots. There may be a few right thinking individuals in the rank and file, Paul Embry for example, and they need to get the house in order, they need to think of jumping ship. When the Labour Party were flying the Union Jacks, flags of St George, St Andrew and the Welsh flag at party conference up in Liverpool trying to act like they were the patriotic party, obviously it's all performative, obviously it's all for show, they don't truly mean it, they don't truly feel it, they worship the EU flag and they are part of the globalist regime, the cabal, the Uni Party. Evidence over the past few days has determined this to be true. We all knew it to be true, but we've actually got the receipts now. So I'm going to go through bits and pieces now. Everyone's favourite leftist MP, Rachel Maskell of York Central. I think currently she's suspended because she's even too loony left for the Labour Party currently, so I think she's had the whip suspended. This person, she is sick to her stomach, absolutely sick to her stomach. When she sees all the flag shaggers at party conference, she doesn't recognise that as the Labour Party by the look of it. Oh well, you're going to be voted out at the next election. That's what I have to say on that. And if you think this is the only thing that she said, you'd be mistaken.
Flags and supporting them have been emboldened to perpetrate racism, intimidate communities, have beaten people up and hung a death threat on our city wall. What further support can government give my local authority to get those flags down, because even contractors are being intimidated?
She's made some assertions here that in her constituency people are being violent and racist and intimidating the council when they've got workers out to take down the flags in the Raise the Colours initiative all over the United Kingdom. Were these protests when people were spraying graffiti in areas of Birmingham saying no whites? Where is the outrage when we've got mosques in London banning girls over the age of 12 from participating in fun runs and charity events? Where is the outrage then? It's all two-tier and it's all discriminatory against the majority population of the country, the white British. Never be intimidated and never be cowed by anybody that claims that they have your best interests at heart. There's one person that has your best interests at heart, and that is you, the individual. Not even your closest family members. They've got an alternate agenda. They're going to be serving themselves and yourself. That's just a word to the wise. Let's see what the response is from the person replying.
The flag is something that we have to reclaim and reclaim it proudly. We know that in some communities they are being used to intimidate and divide. We're working with local authorities across the country to make sure that they have the support they need to make those judgment calls. But I come back to the fact that the flag is ours and we need to reclaim it, and we need to stand up against those that want to divide our communities across the country.
So we'll leave that one now. Well, we're going to stay on this MP because we need her to be voted out as soon as possible. She was at a refugees welcome event in York last year, I believe this was. This is her proudly asserting that migrants come before natives. And we've got a video of this, which we played on my channel before, but it bears repeating. This is what we're dealing with.
Shout so much more and say 20,000 is not enough, 30,000 is not enough. Saturation point, because what does it matter if we have to wait another week for a hospital visit?
It means a great deal to somebody that's paid into the NHS their entire life and they're on an NHS waiting list for treatments. Maybe it's a terminal disease, maybe it's not. Why should native British people be inconvenienced to accommodate the whims of the champagne socialists? The answer is, of course they shouldn't. You've not paid into the system, you don't get seen. It's as simple as.
Or if our class sizes are slightly bigger, or if our city is slightly fuller, what does it matter if things are slightly more challenging?
What does it matter if your children get a lesser degree of education because there's overstuffed class sizes? What does that matter? Nothing to her. Her kids are probably in private school if she's got kids.
If we have to pay a little bit more into the system, surely it is worth it.
Definitely not. I didn't vote for this. I never consented to this, and I was never asked.
To see those lives being restored again.
Restore them somewhere else. Cry me river. I really do not care. So this is her, and this is her seat in York Central. As you can see, reform came forth. That can be overturned. That will be overturned at the next election. That's pretty clear at this point. Just be careful who you vote for in the constituency. Remember, the destruction of the Uni Party, getting rid of the Tories and the Labour completely, is the goal. If your option is to vote Reform, vote Reform. If there's another option, pick the other option. But this is this particular one. This is this particular MP. Now, the issue with York at the moment is it's under a Labour-led council. We know Reform UK is supporting the flag initiative of Raise the Colours, and they're not going to be taking down flags in their council areas. Now we have another Labour MP. This one's name is Javan Sandhar. He's a Sikh of Indian descent, born in Luton in the 1960s. So part of the influx that came in, along with Lenny Henry's parents from Jamaica, former colonies that were given British citizenship with the 1948 Act, which, as I previously stated, we never voted on. His constituency, as I say, in Loughborough or Loughborough, down in Leicestershire, is under a Reform Council, so they're not going to be removing the flag. But again, he thinks it's his place to tell us, the native British or the native English, on when is it appropriate to use our flag. No offence, I'll decide that for myself. I don't need you to tell me. We'll listen to him and see what this no Mark's got to say anyway.
Take down the lamppost flags. I'm here on Epping Way. There are flags hanging from almost every single lamppost. Now look, I love our flag. My wife wore that flag when she served in the British Army. I see flags flying proudly from flagpoles from public buildings. I see it when the England football team plays. And I don't think about those flags very much, actually. They're just there, it's quite nice. And yet here I am, with flags flying from almost every single lamppost. They're getting a bit tatty. The cable ties are coming loose. They could blow off in the wind. And then I see flags painted on roundabouts. And that is just a bit weird. And you know, because you've seen it online and I see it in my inbox, that this does make people feel uneasy.
Don't care. Deal with it. If for the Union Jack, the Welsh flag, a flag of St Andrew, or a flag of St George, if they make you feel uneasy or uncomfortable, that says far more about you than it does about England, Britain, or this United Kingdom. Let's be very clear about that. This flag, me waving this flag here, this is not racist. Me having a Union Jack behind me here is not racist. That's your own predetermined assertion on what the flag means to you. If it means that some people are feeling uneasy, leave. I mean, there are ways to fix that. If you don't like it, you can leave. It's as simple as that. I don't need to accommodate the whims and the desires of anybody. If they don't like it, they know what they can do.
And they ask what message are these flags supposed to be sending. Now look, I'll take people at their words. People who say this is about national pride. I'm proud of my country too. And I'm proud of our flag. But I do understand why others feel that it's about excluding people.
Flag is exclusionary, alright? The Union Jack represents the United Kingdom. Then you have the representative flags that make up the Union Jack. They are by definition inclusive, the Union Jack being inclusive of the nations of this United Kingdom, and exclusive, meaning this flag here is for England, or for people that were born and bred in England. That is specifically what it is for. The idea of the nation state is by definition exclusive. The borderless liberal elites want a global Britain and they want a borderless Britain. So this flies in the face of their appropriation of our flag under the Blur Light Project. This is what they're trying to preserve, and this is what's ending, and they're still in the grief stages at the moment. Most are still in denial. Some have moved on to acceptance, but there's going to be a torturous process for us in the meantime.
Why others feel that it's about saying who belongs here and who doesn't.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it's about.
We're one British people.
Well, are we? Tell that to the SNP. Tell that to Plaid Cymru. Tell that to the separatists in Northern Ireland. They would beg to differ. Alright? We're not one British people. We are a United Kingdom. And the United Kingdom is for all indigenous people, in my view. When people say it's divisive, what they mean is they've lost control of the narrative and they don't know how to spin it.
We're proud of our country. We should be standing together underneath that flag, not some of us looking up with unease. That's not the British way. Standing together, not standing apart. That's what being British is about. Unity, decency, determination, having a pint, a cup of tea, supporting the English football team, and sometimes they win. That's what being British is about. And that's why today I'll be asking the Reform County Council to take down the flags on lampposts. They have said it is illegal. It is also a safety hazard.
Yeah, it's not going to be taken down. Reform have confirmed and they are running with it. Alright? So you can write to your Reform Council down in Leicestershire. They've got a majority. They're not going to be moving the flags. And just to mark your card as well, Sunshine, by the look of it here, Reform are going to be taking your seat at the next general election soon. Alright? So if I was you, my advice to you, sir, would be to feather your nest while you can. Get as much money through the backdoor deals now as you possibly can, you and your wife, because you're both going to be voted out at the next election. If you have a problem with the way any individual is using the Union Jack or the flag of St. George, that is very much your problem, not mine. Alright? Now, if you like this video, make me aware, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. You have a good day, and let me know if you think I'm being too polite or you think I'm being too severe with my critique of these. I hesitate to use the word politician, but this is what we're stuck with currently. Have a good day.